What's up, cool kids? FD White back with another episode. So this is the first iteration of my new series, the Crypto Crunch. I think I'm gonna call it that. If you guys can think of a better name, let me know down in the comments what you think. I'm gonna start a 10-minute video series every day where I bring you news, charts, analysis, and something special at the very end, every day, Monday through Friday, in 10 minutes. So I'm trying to think of a name. I got like Crypto Crunch, Crypto Crossfire, things like that. I think somebody might have used that name already. But if you guys got any suggestions, let me know down in the comment section below, and let's get it started. So first and foremost, I want to start with tariffs. And I want to talk about these Trump tariffs. So Trump's latest auto tariffs explained. So we were getting a nice pump in crypto, in equities on Tuesday. Trump came out around 4 p.m. that day Eastern time and announced that there will be 25% tariffs on auto parts and autos not manufactured in the U.S. So it says, I'm on apnews.com. It says Trump's latest auto tariffs explain what car buyers should know this year. President Trump's 25% tax on imported cars, light trucks, and auto parts is likely to drive up prices at a time when many Americans already struggle to afford a new set of wheels. So this is one of the things that has been lingering with inflation. These car prices, used and new cars. So this may just add to the already high prices for the automobile industry. It's actually saying like they don't know if April 2nd, we know Trump is talking about his tariff Super Bowl is coming where more tariffs are going to be implemented. So we don't know if Canada and Mexico, who already face a 25% tariff on things, is this going to be an extra 25%? So 50% on top of, or 25% on top of the other 25% that'll make 50%. And we're gonna tie this all back into the economy, tie this all back into crypto in a second. Bear with me. But these tariffs have been the reason why we've been getting these huge market sell-offs. And it says, why are tariffs so challenging for the auto industry? Well, I'm gonna just sum it up because a lot of parts from Ford, GM, Stellantis, the cars are here, the companies are here, but a lot of the parts are made in Canada. A lot of the parts are made in Mexico. A lot of the parts come from China. I'm actually contracting as a homologation engineer for EV startup, and a lot of our parts are coming from China. A lot of our parts are coming from Taiwan. So these are going to have 25% tariffs imposed on them. And this is just adding to the fire of inflation. This is just adding to the uncertainty in the markets. And this is one of the news stories that I want to bring up so we can go back into the charts. Actually, let's go back into Bitcoin. And this is what we've been talking about over the past few weeks when Trump has been coming out with all these tariffs. He's been kind of going back and forth, sort of holding some tariffs off, putting some tariffs on. So now we have April 2nd coming, and this will tell us, or hopefully this will give us some a little bit of clear direction or a little bit of certainty in the immediate short term. We don't know how it's going to play out. We don't know if it's going to be very inflationary or if it's going to do something, bring us into a recession, or are we already in a recession? So there's a lot of fundamental factors that are playing out in this Trump economy right now. So let's talk about Bitcoin really fast. Bitcoin right now is sitting at 87,021. So we've been talking about this price area. We've been talking about the monthly high and the monthly low. This is the range that we've been in. So the monthly high is coming in at 94.7. Monthly low for March is coming in around 676,566. So what I'm looking at right now for Bitcoin is we've been trugging along on this upward trend line or this upward slope, which is looking like a bear flag to me. We're coming down from this area here. We're coming down, still making these lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. Now it looks like we're consolidating in this 90-degree angle going up that's looking like a bear flag. So what we need to do, we have a few areas of confluence coming in. We have this downward sloping trend line that was at the top of the market coming in around 109. Like we said, we've been making lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. And it seems like if we get rejected here and play out this bear flag, this is going to be another lower high. But if you look over here, look at this huge volume gap. We have the potential, if we can get some momentum, if we can go into April 2nd with a little bit more clarity, to break out of this and potentially start getting back above our huge range at about 93, 94K. We really want to get back into this range. This yellow line here is the down or the resistance line that we need to turn into support. That's coming in at about 94. And our huge range, like we've been talking about, is 106 to 94. So we really want to get back in there. But we see this huge volume gap that we want to get in. We have this area of confluence, this horizontal coming in, like I said, around 89K. We want to break that. We have a high here. We have a high here. We have a wick here. We have a lot of price action here. So it looks like we may be setting up to retest this area again around this 89K in order to see if we can make our way back out of this trend, back out of this. Well, I mean, we can still just stay in this. Honestly, let's actually draw this really quick. I mean, we can just keep doing this. Honestly, we can still do this and then eventually just pop back in here, which will be very, very, very bullish for not only Bitcoin, but also for altcoins. I think if we reclaim this 94K area, altcoins are going to have major moves. But what we don't want to see is for us to get rejected here and continue to make that lower high and then come back down to our macro upward sloping trend line, which is now coming in at 75.5K. Next, let's quickly talk about I want to talk about three things. ONDO. So ONDO right now, we posted this over in the Telegram. Make sure you guys go to the Cool Kids Alpha group. Free Telegram will be in the pinned comments. So we're looking at ONDO. Let's actually go to the 4-hour time frame. We're looking at ONDO from a sort of zoomed out perspective. ONDO has been respecting levels very, very well. And right now, what happened is we were just in this range. We were just in the range. Top side, bottom, top side, bottom. So it doesn't get any easier than that. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You could have had 8 trades just within this 4-hour time frame. This 4-hour time frame pattern here, or range here. Now we popped up, use it as support, perfect TA. Now we're riding above this 88K level, or this 88 cent level. So we really want to hold this. If we can come back down here, this will be a sweep of these lows here around 88.5, and we can possibly get back up to the upper sloping trend line, which we were, or the downward sloping trend line, this macro downward sloping trend line. Most of all my coins, I'm pulling these macro downward sloping trend lines and trying to see where the biggest area of resistance will be. And this will be coming in around 98 cents to $1. We do have a nice volume gap. If we do break above this 95 cent area, we can probably potentially get to $1 very quick. And that doesn't seem like a big move, but it is. In the grand scheme of things, that's a very, very pretty move if we can do that. So we're watching ONDO just in this range here. So the bottom of the range is coming in at 88 cents. The top of the range is coming in at about $1. So just watch this. We're not trying to do anything fancy, not trying to do anything pretty. We're looking for reclaims. We love these reclaims, and that's what ONDO did. We had this range here, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Finally reclaimed, retest, reclaimed it. Now it looks like we're holding this 88 cent level as support, hoping to make our way back up to that $1 area. So be watching out for ONDO for that. If we lose this convincingly, start to close a 4-hour below here, we're probably going to go back to the bottom of this range at about 78 to 80 cents. Lastly, I want to talk about ARWEAVE. This is one that I'm looking at to accumulate. ARWEAVE is in a good place. I'm not trying to trade it really, but I'm actually looking at it from a zoomed out bear market perspective. A lot of these altcoins are in bear market, so you just have to face the facts. Right now, it is looking like a bearish pattern, a falling, a rising wedge, which is a bear flag coming from this huge downtrend. So I would love to get ARWEAVE under $5. That's my goal. If this breaks down, I would love to get this. If we can come down, break down, and this is just predicated on Bitcoin not reclaiming that 90K area or not reclaiming that 94K area. If that breaks down, Bitcoin breaks down, starts to go back into the low 70s, going back to that macro upper sloping trend line around 74, 75K. This is going to for sure go back down and try to take out these lows here at about $5.30. So anything around this area and below, I'm a buyer of ARWEAVE. I like ARWEAVE. We'll talk about it in a separate video, but I like ARWEAVE for a long-term hold, and I would love to get it, a little bit under, around $5 or a little bit under 5, if we can get it under 5. And lastly, what I want to talk about is I want to come at the end of every video and give you guys a video that I enjoyed. And I enjoyed this video from Benjamin Cowan. Shout out to Ben. Bitcoin's upcoming death cross. Nobody's talking about this really yet. Ben had a good video about this today. So I will link this video in the pinned comments. And I think that's 10 minutes, man. That was 10 minutes. So that's what I've been looking at today. Make sure you guys go and subscribe to the Telegram. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel here. We're trying to grow and grow well. We think we can do a good amount of good in this space. So make sure you guys help me grow so we can get the message out. And like I said, man, this is the 10-minute. We're going to call it possibly Crypto Crunch, news and TA in 10. This is FD White. I appreciate everybody for watching. I'll talk to you in a minute. Peace.